first form to the final claim. Through doubts and fears, through hurt and strain, we're in this together, step by step we go. We'll lift you up when the going's slow.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are all joining us today. And before we dive in, let me introduce you, of course, to um, the very important people joining us today. First of all, Brian Therian, the founder of the Disability Digest, has been helping people get, keep, and maximize their benefits since 2006. And of course, our very own Philip Price. So Philip owns his own disability support community and is proudly partnered with the Disability Digest. So he's created a very welcoming space wherein people going through disability process can ask questions, get support, and stay informed. But if you want to take it to the next level, Philip can also help you um, connect and be a member at the Disability Digest so that you can get to speak with an advocate, go through the disability approval course, and get personalized support. All right. So, for today's topic, we are gonna be discussing. Brian is going to share some tips to you on how you can get through on things that you may be struggling with financially while you are on benefit. So, Brian, I'm giving you the spotlight so that we can hear your insight and you can dive in deeper to today's topic. And of course, before that, please know that you can send your questions in the chat, give us a comment, or join us live later. I'll be sharing you a Zoom link so that all those of you who would like to ask questions live would be able to have that opportunity later. So, Brian, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Brian Terry here. Appreciate your introduction, Nadine. Philip, always a pleasure to be with you. Year 7, going on year 8, whatever it is for us working together. So you mentioned something that was interesting as I was listening to the wonderful introduction. I'm going to share some tips, but what I'm going to share with you is really a collection of information from all of you that are out there. In the 2 decades that I've been doing this work, we basically just take information and repurpose it. There's not a big secret to the Disability Digest, but we have all the information in one place. So I do know that the thousands and thousands of people that have come here have oftentimes challenges financially. You get sickness or an injury, oftentimes it's unexpected. Nobody ever wants one. And, your income takes a hit. So what do you do? How do you pay for your housing? What do you do about your medication? You have kids, you've got school, you got all that stuff, right? So I'm going to go through with you some tips. Frankly, there's no like magic bullet, but there are things that you can do to take the edge off and survive. So now, one thing is we would really like to hear from you, especially last week was awesome. We had 2 individuals that joined us, had great energy. We had a live conversation. So when Nadine shares a link, we encourage you to come on in and speak to us. As far as I know, those 2 individuals survived and they're doing just fine. So you won't get hurt by coming to talk to us.
Yep.
No charge, and you can ask us pretty much anything that's within our realm of, knowledge, hopefully. So yeah, we encourage you to do that. And what I'd also like to hear from you on is I'm going to have Nadine share a poll with you that I'd like to understand, like, if you're struggling with something financially, what it may be, like, what are the majority of people really struggling with? Could be housing, healthcare, food, other. And this would really help us like for future events or other information, or maybe there's things that you want to know. And if you've got a tip to share, like maybe you're withholding something you've learned about, even if it's a unique resource in your area, it may exist somewhere else. So please feel free to share that. Okay. So I'm going to start first with healthcare, and because this is going to be, it's the most turbulent right now. And there's low cost, no cost resources that are out there. But it's going to be interesting what's going to happen to them. As a result of this big, beautiful bill, because a lot of the like low cost, no cost was driven by hospitals that were Medicaid hospitals that are already on a tight budget. Now their budget's getting reduced or eliminated. So here's my thing right now. None of these changes are in place right now. So if you are in need of treatment and this is an area that you're struggling with financially, I would definitely take action right away before the game changes. All right. So one of the best ways that you can do that is to contact your local Center for Independent Living and explain where you're at. If you're going through the approval process, because if you're already approved, you have access to Medicare, which is really a solid option for insurance. So you'd contact them and say, listen, here's my situation. I've been out of work and I am in need of some treatment so that I can, one, get better, and two, get my disability benefits. And the Centers for Independent Living, Nadine, would you be able to find the link and share it from the content directory?
Yeah, sure.
And there's also a link for the 7 resources to survive that's in the content directory, of which this is in there. But we'll do those independently. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll research it. I'm pretty good at doing one thing at a time, but if I tried to find that link, which I should have had in advance, then who knows where I'm going to go. So that's number 1. And in your local community, it's going to be unique, I expect, like what you can get access to. For treatment, there's also like emergency, sometimes on the county level, you'll find funding for healthcare. If it's an emergency situation, like you have a procedure that you need to have and you're not able to pay for it. So, but start with the Centers for Independent Living. The next thing is for housing, and housing, like in this community that I live in the Vermont, is really tight. It's difficult to find housing, but there are HUD related programs. They take a long time to get into. So if you think maybe you don't need it now, I would encourage you, if you think your financial situation is going to put you in a housing change, is to pursue it right now because of the potential wait. Some other good housing programs are the home share program. And you can look at the home share program from 2 ways. If you have a home, you think you may going to have a challenging time keeping it, and maybe you're thinking about Airbnb and all that. Well, the home share program could be an alternative where somebody would live consistently in your home, could help you out with some tasks around the house or errands that you need to have run, and could pay you some money. And the home share program, you can do this independently if you want to invest all the time. But the home share program does all the background check for you. If it doesn't work out, they'll find you somebody else. The home share program in Burlington, Vermont, I know 2 of the people that work there. And I've researched them in other communities throughout the US, but here they do really good jobs. So if you don't know how to find yours, you can just search home share in your local area or contact your Center for Independent Living. But if you want a model organization to look at, check out the one in Vermont here. Some of you are really pinched for for cash, and the state, county, general assistance programs, they have that like if it's condition or situation related, like in Vermont, they have organizations that provide funding and shelter for domestic abuse situations. So that could be an avenue to help you or somebody that you know where, you know, really it's like a witness protection program. The one here is anyway, where they'll find a place for you and they'll help you get stabilized. So you can check that out. And Nadine is going to get the links to all of these direct resources. Utilities are a common one. Utility assistance, where you can apply right directly with the utility provider for assistance to get, you know, some help with that. And on the link that Nadine is going to provide you for your cell phone. Maybe you need a new cell phone and you can't afford it. Cell phone and related communication is not a luxury anymore. It's like it's a necessity. So there are programs that you can apply for and get a phone. It's not going to be a fancy iPhone 15 or 16, but you get a phone and they could help pay for your internet costs. So those are some of the highlights of things that, and I found the link here, Nadine, for the 7 resources if you don't have it, but I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I sent it in the comment. I posted it already.
Okay. And again, if you have other resources that you found, even if you don't think it's available on a national basis like our audiences, I'd love to hear from you, and a reminder about the poll that is there. So, you know, these resources are only good if you pursue them and take action on them. And there really is just, again, that one key initial step to take to your Center for Independent Living to see what resources are available for you in your local area. So, you know, take advantage of that. Okay, let's pivot to a Q&A part of our program. And Philip, will have you go first today. And Philip collects questions from his Facebook group throughout the week and presents them here. And then so everybody can get answers, live answers. And you also do answer questions in your group, but these typically are zingers. So hit me. Let's see what you got this week.
All right. First, let me start out with the comment that was sent in by one of the Facebook members. It said, I checked my SSDI application and I think I was approved. I applied, you're going to like this, I applied on June the 2nd of 25 and it was approved 7/8 of 25. Is that possible, or is it that they just approved my application? There is a date listed of 11/2/25 that I would receive my first check, and it states the amount. I think I must be misunderstanding something. I mean, wow. Applied June the 2nd of this year and was applied July the 28th of this year. That's pretty.
Hallelujah, we can do something else for work. The system is fixed.
Yeah.
Amen.
And they did send in
Show's over. No.
They did send in a copy of their statement from the SSA, and it is, I can verify it was approved.
Okay, so I'm wondering, does it say approved for disability benefits, or could this be an individual that was age 62, applied for both, and they issued, which that's about the time frame that they issue early retirement. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I have never, ever, frankly, heard of anybody in my 2 decades getting approved. And June, so that's less than 2 months.
Well, I'm gonna say it's they're over or under 62.
Yeah.
The award letter or the notification they got online says, we made a decision to approve your application on July 28, 25. Says we have processed 5 of 5 steps of your application.
Dang. Yeah.
So that's great. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Philip, have you seen anything like this before?
Never. never that fast.
Yeah.
Most of the people we get responding, they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years into it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Wow.
All right, let's go with our first question here. It says, seeking advice. My fiance found or was found disabled before the age of 22. His father passed away in 2017, but my fiance was unaware that he might be eligible to collect benefits based on his father's Social Security record. When we first contacted Social Security, we were told he earned too much in 2023 to qualify. However, I called again recently to ask whether the 9 months he worked that year might count as part of the trial work period if he could still be eligible. This time, the representative scheduled an interview for us to review his situation. We're just trying to understand this option and whether he still qualifies based on his father's record. Can I get some kind of insight on this?
I want to make sure I get it, Philip. So 22-year-old looking to qualify for disability benefits based on father's record, but worked over the SGA and Social Security said, no, you don't qualify. All right.
Correct.
Okay. So then the question would be, or to find this out, I don't know how much they worked, how much they earned, or for how long they earned, or when the last time it was. Those are all things that are going to be needed to know. But you can apply for Social Security disability benefits on your record or on somebody else's if you're under the allowed amount, which is $1,620. So I would look at the regulations about how much you can make, and then that'd be a good place to start.
Okay. All right, next question. It says, hello, my name is Jonathan. I've been on this disability journey for almost 5 years now. There's one I was just talking about. The ALJ got remanded back to, or the ALJ got remanded back to, has a 39% approval rating. I don't understand that, but I'm wondering, do you think he is going to dig in and just fix the issue and continue to deny me? Or will he actually look at the new information I have and with an open mind and could possibly approve me? Super nervous about this. The remand happened within 1 month of the decision.
I don't know how to comment on this one. I hope they review it. I mean, that's the point of the remand, having it sent back. I think the focus of a remand is that the original judge didn't make the proper decision based on the evidence in the file, and that it was remanded back to have it looked at again. And a lot of this is going to be on the onus of your representative and who is working with you to go to court. Like how are they looking at all your files? How are they going to reposition it, or are they just going to be telling the same story again? The only thing I can really say is, I mean, I hope it works out, and if you're not able to work, just keep fighting. And one other thing to keep in mind, if you get out of the appeals council and you go on to the federal level, so you have the appeals council, and when you're done with that, you can still ride that case to court. And it would be at the federal level where you're basically saying to Social Security Administration that your system didn't work, I didn't get approved. But once you leave the appeals council, you can start a brand new application, new evidence. You're not able to include old evidence, and you can have both cases going. And whichever one gets approved, and whichever one you want to take, you can do that. So let's say the initial gets approved, you can still ride the one that's at the federal level, because that's for a different period of time of disability. So hopefully that will give you some optimism of what your options are.
All right, this next one is just a statement, but I wanted to share it with y'all, see what you think. It says, hello, I'm Allison. Something to know about me is I am a veteran. Thank you for your service, Allison. I'm a veteran of both Air Force and the Army, serving a combined 15 years, counting JROTC and ROTC. I actually have 20 years of service. I am a mother of 3, a stepmother of 3, and with 9 grandchildren and a dog named Coco. I applied for SSDI in January of this year after receiving 100% disability from the VA. I recently went to a scheduled exam by my SSDI adjudicator, which, as I understand, means she doesn't have enough evidence yet to support approving me for SSDI. Can someone explain how this happens? I was giving a fully favorable decision by the ALJ back in 2010, and the review board remanded it back to the ALJ and made me do a second hearing. The second hearing, she had a totally different attitude and wouldn't listen to anything my lawyer had to say. I was denied, and my lawyer bailed on me.
Ooh.
At that point, I gave up. June 2024, I reapplied for what I thought was SSI. What I actually applied for was SSDI accidentally. When I received my initial call, she pointed out my error and helped me file SSI over the phone. She said I would receive a technical denial for SSDI since I no longer had working credits. My health problems have only increased as my disorder is progressive. My SSDI denial said that the records they received didn't prove I was disabled prior to 2014 date of last insured, and it had more evidence to send with my appeal. They'd consider. I did not file an appeal for the SSDI, but did for SSI. The lawyer I'm working with now, not signed on, I guess that means they're not represented. I agreed this was the correct path to take. That was in March of 25. I tried to get copies of my records on my hospital, and they said we have spent the last week scanning all of hard copy records in 2009 until now. And they have all been sent to the SSA. Do we still want them? I hear, there are literally thousands of pages and will cost me a small fortune. I don't have. Anyways, as of a couple of weeks ago, my portal showed my denial, both along with my appeal for SSI. With the last date in mid-July, it now shows my SSDI is a reconsideration. does the SSA file appeal for you, or is this just a glitch? All they tell me when I call is that my disability claim is pending and being reviewed. Whew, that was a long one.
Holy moly. This is an another unfortunate situation of somebody who is 100% rated with the VA and is not able to get through the disability approval system. So as far as filing appeals are concerned, there's a bunch of questions here, but I'm going to do the best I can to kind of go back and address them. It's necessary for the individual who filed the application to file the appeal. They don't file an appeal for you. So something's going on there. What's not clear to me in this whole thing, Philip, is this individual is 100% rated with the VA and would have that income, which would put them over the threshold for the allowed amount for for SSI. So it's not, I don't understand based on that information how they could even obtain SSI from a resources standpoint. The other thing I just want to comment on is the case got remanded back and then denied, as this is where a lot of the challenges are for veterans, especially with a high rating, is I don't know what the percentages of judges that are also veterans. And you would think they would be sympathetic, but the actual results on the street is they're not. They're like, I'm a veteran. Whether they're disabled vet or whatever they had happen to them, but their feeling is that they're out there working, and that, if somebody has 100% rating, that they likely could still be working. This might sound, if you haven't heard this before, bizarre, but it's not from me. It's from the people that I work with and the conferences that I go to and all the learning that I do. This is like an industry-wide problem. So the false sense of security that individuals with a veterans rating is really, I mean, that's what it is, false sense of security. So I don't know what else I can add to that one, Philip.
Yeah.
If there was a way to find somebody to represent her for the SSDI piece and go back and continue to fight and get it out of the percentage, the person with the 39%, they may have that stereotype. But that's a really specialized area of,
Yeah.
but I expect there's somebody that you could find that would be sympathetic to that.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have for today. Nadine?
All right. So we've come to the most exciting part because we are now opening the Zoom link for everyone, to those of you who would like to join us live and ask your question to Brian or Philip, or ask me directly. So I'm going to be sharing the link for those of you who would like to take that opportunity. And just a few reminders before joining us. Please make sure that your name in YouTube and on Zoom would match, so that we would be able to identify the question that you posted in the comment. Okay. All right. So while we wait for someone to join us live, Brian, I do have a couple of questions here from the comments, if you would allow me to go through them.
Yes,
So,
yes. I'm also curious
uh,
what's going on with the poll too.
oh, let me give you a quick update on that. So with our poll, 35% answered housing, and we got 25% for food, 20% healthcare, and 20% other expenses.
Okay. Housing. All right.
Housing.
Thank
Yep.
you for the contribution. It's still running, right? So others could.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
very
Others
helpful
can still.
information to let us know. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. For those who answered the question, to those who just joined, feel free to also do your share of answering the poll question. All right, so we got a question here from Russell Dixon. He said, will applying for other benefits like housing initiate lowering the dollar amount that I receive?
No. No, the reason for that is your Social Security disability amount. This is for Social Security disability, is based on your earnings history. Locked in.
Okay. All right, next question is from Steve. If approved for SSDI, can and how do you get a complete file of your case?
Okay. If you are going through the application process, did I understand that right? Going
Yeah.
through the application process?
Yep.
Then if you are managing your own case, you would contact your case manager at Social Security, which likely is you got to get on the phone and ask for it. And they'll send you a digital copy. If you are using a disability representative, they have the ability to look into your case file once they're on the job and approved by Social Security, which would be the best place because they can see everything that's in there and get it to you. So those are your two options.
Thanks for that, Brian. Next here, I'd like to put the pieces together. She sent a couple of messages, but she said, I received lesser amount until approved for disability. I'm 63. I applied for early retirement. I receive a check until I was approved for disability. My back pay was lesser, but I did have my points. I think she's referring to she has work credits. So
Okay.
she's wondering why she's receiving a lesser check amount because I think she's currently still receiving early retirement while waiting for disability.
I'm gathering my thoughts here. I'll use an example. Let's say that your early retirement check amount at age 62 is $1,500 a month.
Mhm.
And your Social Security disability, usually about 40% more. In this example, we'll use $2,000 a month. So you start receiving the $1,500. And then every month that goes on until you get approved, your back benefit amount is going to be the difference between the 1,500 and 2,000. And if you're out there doing math, I came up with $500 a month. Hopefully you did too. So if you have 10 months of back benefits in that situation, you're going to receive 10 times 500, $5,000. That's the formula. Or if it's something different than that, the question, then let us know. We also have on our, if you want to know more about your back benefits and how it works and the onset date, if you search the YouTube channel for back benefits, or if you're a member, just contact our support desk, or you can ask Benny, who is our trusted AI assistant available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Although Benny, for you that are non-members out there, is he took a few days off. He's not working right now, but he'll be back. Hang on, he'll be back.
All right. We have someone in the waiting room, Brian. Her name is Heather. She hasn't sent in her question,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think we have the time to let her in and let her explain what
All
she
right.
wants to know
I
from
don't
us.
know the answer. I'll let Philip handle it.
All right, letting her in.
Right.
Hi, Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we
I had a question about food and financial assistance.
Great. Nice to meet you, Heather. Brian Terrian.
Nice to meet you guys too.
yeah,
Um,
may we know what your specific question about food
um
and
Well, I'm having a hard time getting both. I mean, I'm on disability, but it's still not enough. So, and I live in Texas, and I was just wondering. I mean, food stamps is hard to get. I mean, they only give me $20, so it's that's never enough.
Right.
Do you guys have any tips on any other avenues?
Texas, Philip.
Tough one.
This is where Philip is from as well. Um, are you eligible for Medicare and Medicaid in Texas? I know it's tough in Texas to get Medicaid, but
I'm on both.
you're on both. Okay.
Hmm.
And where approximately are you in Texas?
I live at near Somerville, and it's a rural community. And so in my community, um, I don't get very much.
Okay. Somerville. Like,
It's not far from me.
okay.
Like there's where Aggies are in College Station,
Yeah.
they get more benefits, and I always try to get benefits from there. And I'll go to the different locations there that I can for food. But sometimes they won't let me because I'm not in that county. So it's not easy.
Philip, do you know if there's like uh DSNP programs for dual eligible individuals with flex cards, like in that area of Texas?
Uh, I don't know of, I don't have any of my members that are dual eligible in
Right,
this area or that area. Not to say there's not any out there. There could be.
right.
The best thing you could do, Heather, is email us at support with your information, and we can contact you and do a review.
Okay.
In that review, we will look in your area, determine if there are DSNP plans. DSNP is dual eligible uh,
Mm-hmm.
plans that could, possibly bring you some relief on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
It- it-
and then my other question was if I was eligible for SSI, but I wouldn't know how to try to apply for that.
right. So I'll just tighten up the prior one first. Are you a member here, or are you just participating, a member at
I
the district?
don't I don't know if I'm a member. I'd probably have to try to re-sign up.
Okay, so do you know how to use the chat feature in these Zoom rooms?
Yes.
Okay, so if you would chat Nadine, your email address and your full name, uh,
Yes.
she'll look you up, and then that will shortcut you having to do
Yeah.
anything else. Uh,
Okay.
and what Philip brought up a great point. If there is a decent plan available, this goes for anybody out there. A lot of these have like flex cards or food cards where you get a food allotment of money every month. It could be hundreds of dollars. So that's the first place we would look. Um,
Okay.
the other thing is, have you looked at the county level to see if there's any other resources that are available for you from like, you know, food shelves or co-ops or,
Well, there's different places that you can go to get food, but it's getting less food that here.
oh,
Um, so
then just to tighten that piece up, just to make sure, I would create a real healthy relationship with your local Center for Independent Living. And
okay.
when you speak with us, you know, one of the advocates here, they can help you find that address and give you some prompts to get in touch with them. And they may
Hmm.
or may not have something, but typically, I mean, this is what they do, right?
Okay.
So there's something out there. Chances are they know about it. All right, let's move on to your next piece.
Okay. It was if I how to apply or if I was eligible for SSDI. I mean SSI.
SSI. So when you apply for disability and you're dual eligible, would have already gone through that. And
Oh.
your social security disability check will put you over the resource limit.
Okay.
Or if you're thinking about extra money or anything like that. So I don't see that as an option.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
One other tip for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you considered doing anything to like earn extra money?
Well, I have a lot of health issues and I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. So one thing, I'll just leave you with it. We have, and I'm going to talk more about this at the end of the program here. We have a refer a friend program where if
Okay.
you are in support groups or speaking to people and know others, any of the 1.9 million people out there that unfortunately apply for disability, if you want to work and partner with us, you can refer them. We pay you $100 when they're referred and another $100 when they get approved. But you know, if you meet 8 or 10 people throughout the year, that could definitely take the edge off for some food costs, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Heather.
All right. Thanks, Heather. Okay,
Thank you.
we have someone in the waiting room. Brian, her name is Jennifer. She also hasn't sent in her question yet. Would it be okay? Let her in. Okay. All right. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
I think you're on mute. So if you are using your phone, you can just click anywhere on your screen and then
Okay, is that better?
There you go.
yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I think I'm
Loud
listening to different.
and
I
clear.
got you on the TV and on my phone, that's why.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I think one of me is enough. So if you would mute the TV, we'll just have at it live here, Jennifer. Nice to meet
Already
you.
done. Nice to meet you.
How can we help?
I was actually curious, so I just got approval. I live in California. I just got approval, the end of April is when it all came through, so I got my first payment, in June. But my question is on the back pay. So now it's been a few months, but I still haven't received all the back pay from, so I applied for SSDI and also SSI at the same time, with an attorney, in 2022. I went all the way through to the AJL, I think is what you guys call that.
You
And
close. ALJ.
thank you. Sorry. And I was approved that way. And I did get all the paperwork and I did get money, a lump sum from SSI, but I haven't got anything from SSDI on the back pay. Is that something I should worry about or call my lawyer? I guess I'm kind of confused on that whole, like, how long should I wait for it to actually come through?
Well, I'm not sure if you would get one lump sum for the Social Security disability. So the thing to look at is if you went to a hearing, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you received a letter after your hearing. That's called your decision letter. And
Yes.
you remember that? Okay, so
Yes.
in that, it's going to say the date that they found that you were disabled.
Yes.
So then you want to work from that date forward. Now, in this, I'm going to give you an idea, find out if you received the right amount of money for your back benefits. So then on the next letter, your award letter, it would say on the top, you are entitled to benefits starting on this date.
Right. Which
Okay.
was September of 2021. So they even went back a year from that because that's when I was, so I lost my job in August of 2021. And I didn't file though for Social Security disability until 2022 because I was getting state disability
Yep.
for a whole year. And I was hoping to actually go back to work, but it didn't work out that way. So then I filed which was the next step, just to file for permanent disability or SSDI, which is what I did. And he filed for both for me, for the SSI portion and the SSDI. And I guess that's where I'm confused at. Like, how do they combine? So I know they went back to September from the decision, and then 5 months after that. So my initial payments wouldn't start until February of 2022. But at that time, I was receiving Social Security disability through the state.
That's,
So I know that
that's state disability. It wouldn't affect us.
not even the SSI portion. So that's why I'm confused, I guess, because I got a SSI, like I said, lump sum, but the SSDI portion, they said that in the letter, it states that I would be getting like 59,000 and they would be holding 9,200 back for the attorney fees, which
Yep.
made sense to me. But I've never gotten anything past that. They said they were waiting for SSI to determine their portion of it. So then I did get a letter from them stating that I would be receiving 2,600 from them, and they would be holding back a little over 6,000 for the lawyer. So, and then that's the last thing. Like, I haven't gotten anything after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. How it should happen, or typically does, if you received something that is an offset, like if you received SSI, like cash during the period, while you're going through the approval process, let's say you receive $500 a month for 6 months. So that's $3,000. So that $3,000 is going to be reduced from your total amount of back pay. So that could be what what they're looking at and what's holding up the process. Does that make sense?
Kind of. So they're trying to offset. So is it two separate entities, the SSDI and the SSI?
For the payment, no, it goes, the money flow goes from the hearing office where your hearing was awarded, and they send the letter over to the payment center in California. And then that payment center will look at the activity related to your case and the offset and then issue the payment. That's the money flow.
Okay.
Um,
So why do I have two different ones then with two different informations and amounts?
I don't know. I
Is
don't
that something
know.
I should probably call my lawyer to find out?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
put a question to them in writing. That's typically that would be my suggestion. Just say a short, concise, I want to have an explanation as to why. And then follow up with a phone call if they don't get back to you.
Yeah, because the difference is almost $25,000 different. Well, almost $30,000 difference in
Yeah.
the paperwork. One says
Yeah.
26,000 and the other one says 59.
Yeah, you want the 59. Yeah, so no, that would definitely be it, but congratulations on getting approved.
Thank you.
And I
Appreciate
have
that.
two other questions for you. Are you a member here at the Disability Digest?
I am. I usually watch your guys' program and read your stuff. I haven't actually spoken to anybody yet because I had an attorney, so I was trying to just wait it out and not get myself all worked
Sure.
up over stuff.
What would be, how we could help you with the next step is if you would share your email address in the chat with Nadine, we'll update your membership so that you are no longer getting information to help you get approved because you don't need that. And we will send you information that's gonna help you understand like how to keep your benefits, what you're entitled to next.
Yeah, because
And
the CDR thing is kind of scary for me too, because it took me so long to get approval. So I'm kind of
right,
worried about that.
right.
And mine is actually in 18 months, which I thought was like, okay, why is it so close? But with
That is,
everything that's going on, it makes sense.
yeah, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
I'm 49,
Okay.
which I thought was probably another reason for that because I'm under the 50-year mark.
Yeah,
So I applied a few years ago. So I want to say it was at 2021. So I'll be like 45, 46, I think at the time.
right. So we have a benefit protection program and we can get that to you with your email and we update your membership and answer any questions that you may have. But I do have one last thing I do want to ask of you. This is a favor and it's optional, Jennifer. You got approved, which is awesome, and you're under 50, and that's not easy to do. Do you have any tips or words of advice for others out there that may be still struggling to get approved that are, you know, in the under 50 category? Anything you did, anything that worked out, you learned, you try to pass on?
Yeah, I kind of feel like from watching you guys, I learned more how to say what I needed to. It's all in the delivery of how you talk to your doctors. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar. So I have Kaiser, and Kaiser
Oh,
does not write any paperworks for like going to your lawyer or whatnot. So you have to get that information into them in a certain way so they know you're disabled at that capacity. Also, I do have IHSS, which is an in-home supportive service. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that in the state of California. I don't know how it works outside of California, but that helps as well because they come in and determine what you're actually capable of doing around your home and can get you a person to come and help with those things. And I think that helped my case.
beautiful. Those are two really good tips. And Kaiser, as far as my experience, is the most difficult entity to work with
Oh,
for what you just mentioned, because they won't provide any support. So I applaud you for controlling your communication to the doctor and your limitations and all of that. That's a massive tip for people. So
yeah,
thank you.
it's a hard thing to do too when you're trying to do it and your brain is not all there with if you have an illness and you don't have enough support to actually get through that. My sister helped me a lot with it.
Beautiful. Well, thank your sister too. Well, I'm grateful for you sharing that, and we look forward to helping you with the next steps of your journey and what you're entitled to. Make sure you're not going to be paying for things that you shouldn't, and so on.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. You be well. Thank
You
you.
too. Bye.
Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have another participant here in Zoom. Name is Wendy. She also hasn't sent in her question in YouTube, but I was thinking maybe these are viewers from Facebook. That's why I don't see it in YouTube. Hi,
Let's go.
Wendy.
Let's go with that.
Hi, Wendy. Looks like you're on mute. Let me ask you to unmute yourself. If you're using your phone, just press anywhere on the screen and the microphone icon should appear at the bottom. Just tap it to enable it. There you go.
There.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy.
Nice to meet you, Wendy.
Nice to meet you.
How can we help?
Well, I had trouble with being just over the income limits for qualifying for a lot of services like fixing things in my house. So I don't know if there's any other services that are not as restrictive with income limits. It's not like we have anything extra every month. We're just barely making it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
I was thinking about, oh, I'm on mute.
no,
No,
I can hear you.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am.
All right. Can you hear me okay, Wendy?
I can.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I have a few questions. I want to learn a little bit more.
Okay.
So are you a Social Security recipient, benefit recipient?
I am a SSDI.
Okay, great. And so your household income puts you outside of the allowed amount to get the resources you're looking for, like housing, repairs, etc.
Yes, my son makes. He just started working. He's 17, and he just put me over the limit.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
he got a good job. Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, then I don't want you to kick your son out so you can fix your
No,
house.
he's only 17, so I can't do
I,
that.
I thought about not saying that, but
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sure he'd love to hear. Well, listen, we got to fix the house up. You know, you got to go.
Yeah.
Uh,
refinancing is one thing I can do, consolidate things, and I think that would help.
okay. Good idea.
Yeah,
I thought of that one.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And the resources that you looked into, like when you did your search, like where are you in the country and what organizations did you look at?
I'm in Wisconsin, and I looked at, well, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's for like disabled and elderly people. It's a, I don't know if it's a county program or a state program.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, they gave me, well, it was like a resource center, and they gave me all different places to try. But
Okay.
I didn't get anything back from any of the ones I looked at because I I knew I qualified. I would not qualify because of the income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those programs. Um, and have you been in touch with your local Center for Independent Living?
I think that might be who I was talking to. Is that the people that come in and put like ramps in if you need them,
They
things like that?
could, they could. It's usually the Center for Independent Living typically doesn't deliver
Uh-huh.
services directly. They're like an umbrella.
Do they
Um,
hire other people?
well, or they're in connects with like Habitat for Humanity, or, you know, they have programs for like in Vermont here for people that are homeless. They have different resources that they have access to, but they don't deliver them. So I would suggest, just to make sure that if you were in touch with that organization, it is the right one. If not, that you definitely make it a point to connect with them. And maybe they do, maybe they don't have resources for this, but that would help you understand that. And there could be, it could be other things. And like, is the amount of work that you need to have done, is it more than, say, $3,000?
Oh, yes, we have a fixer upper. We were fixing it up over the years, little bits at a time as we could afford it. So, yeah,
And
I had to get a new roof. That finally worked out. Um,
Yep.
and the electric company gave me a new water heater. I
now,
qualified before my son got the job. So for
and
that one. And it, yeah,
do you have like, are all the bedrooms in your house occupied?
they are. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I have two sons that are looking for work. And once they get work, they're going to help out more. And that's going to be one of the solutions.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's mine. If there's anybody else out there that has like tips for Wendy of things that you've done that may be of help, I mean, we'll definitely give them a shout out during the program. You know, and just like I mentioned prior, one way that we could help is we have the refer a friend program. Where you could refer people and we can pay you that, like a gift card or like PayPal or however you'd like it. And that can, you know, that's one way in which we could work together and could contribute.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. So hopefully that works out.
good, good. And how long have you been on your benefits?
I believe it was 2020. So it's 5 years, and I'm due for a review, or I don't know what they call it.
Yep, you're on the right track, a review.
I'm a
Yep.
little worried about that.
Okay.
So I've been like writing things down and putting it through the AI program. It
Yep.
sounds pretty good. So, um, yeah, I'm going to have to look at some of your other videos for more tips too.
So a few things that could help you is are you a member here?
I believe so.
Okay, so same as Jennifer, who was here prior, if you would share your email address in the chat with Nadine and she'll make sure that you are. Is we have a How to Survive Your CDR course, 10 segments.
Oh, okay.
Together with Attorney James Mitchell Brown, who guest speaks here on odd occasion. I think this would be ideal for you right now if you have one coming up. It'll help you understand what to do to prepare, how to fill out the forms when you get it, right? What to do if something goes wrong. All those things are in there. Then in addition to that, we have a benefit protection program that you may be interested in. So we could review your benefits, see if you qualify for the benefit protection program. So if you get, or when you get your review, if something does go wrong, well, we'll help you in the beginning with the benefit protection program. In addition to the course, something goes wrong or you go into appeal with it, then our legal team will provide some assistance for you at no cost in that program.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that could be something that could help you. So
Okay.
refer a friend program, Nadine will check on your membership, have your benefits reviewed and the other benefit protection program.
Sounds good.
Okay. And
Thank you for the help.
again, we'll monitor the comments. Wendy, if somebody comes up with like a, the magic bullet for you, we'll definitely give it a shout out before the program's over.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Wendy.
You,
Bye.
Wendy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So, Brian, before we wrap up, I just have one last question here for you from the comments. It's from Peggy. She asked, my health records are being concealed by ALJ and my employer. Can you help me? They have also closed my disability case.
I've never heard of such a thing. Concealed. All right. Well, I really don't know. The only thing I can think of on this is you went to court in front of the ALJ, they heard your case and it was denied. And you want to appeal, and they're saying that, you haven't been granted the ability to appeal, and that case is closed. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, we would need to see like the written communication from Social Security and with the language that says your case is concealed. I'm not familiar with that. I'm just guessing at what the possible situation could be. But keep fighting.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, those are all the questions that I have for you today, Brian.
Okay. So a few things before we wrap up. Any change in the poll information? Housing still the primary challenge with people?
Yeah, so we still got 30% for housing, 14% for healthcare, 22% food, and 35% other expenses.
Okay. All right. Few things in closing I want to share with you before we go. We talked a bit about the Refer a Friend program, which is up on the screen right now. You refer us members that are going through the disability approval process. We pay you for the referral once they get into our disability approval course. That's $100. Did I say $100? I'll say it again. That's $100. And then once they get approved, you get another $100. Now, they can go through the disability approval course and they can manage their own case and get approved on their own. And you still get $100 for referring them and $100 when they get approved. What we ask of you, or if they could use a representative, it could be us, or it would need to be us if they used us as a representative. So they have the option. What we ask of you is this. Many people that apply for disability, I'll actually give you the numbers, 1.9 million apply every year, and about 687,000 get their benefits. It's like 36-7% overall. Some quit. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe I got denied. I don't know what to do, right? So what we ask of you is just to encourage people to, one, not quit. And if they're going to manage their own case using the disability approval course, to follow the directions. Novel idea. And if they're going to use a representative, use us as the representative, they still need to follow along to make sure that they understand what the deal is and what they need to be doing, because we can't do everything. And so that they can hold us accountable and make sure that we're doing everything right so we can get approved as soon as possible. That's the referral program. So $100 when you refer them, they get into the course, and $100 when they get approved. That's one. Now, you heard from members, Jennifer, Wendy, and some others. If you haven't updated us, like you've been here and then your case status changed, you can just come here and click the green button and go in, and the system will update us. If you're not a member here and you're just listening on the outside, wonderful, love to have you. But the best way we can help you is if you click that green button and join us as a member. And the reason for that is your profile that you fill out, like are you working, not working, what's your work history been, where you're at in the approval process, will help us get you a customized approach. There's 6 major courses that we have here, like the disability approval course I mentioned. So we would, connect you with an advocate right after you join. You get access to an advocate. They would learn a little bit more about your situation because there's no 2 situations alike. Then they would put you into the respective course that's going to help you out. All of this is at no cost, folks. And the reason why it's no cost is we have ads and services and sponsors that support our work. Now, if you want to use a representative, a disability representative for this or somewhere else that's not here at the Disability Digest, that's a governed fee by Social Security. It's totally different. But the course, the membership, that all of that is no cost to you. So that's how we can best help you. All right, so we're going to be back next week, same time, new agenda.
Yep.
So wherever in the world you are, we encourage you to tune in next week for another show here from the Disability Digest. We do this, our focus is to be like a place where you can come and connect and get your questions answered, and hopefully give you some like trustworthy, reliable guidance that we've collected over the years to help you out. So appreciate your contributions. Did we get any other housing questions, comments in closing? It doesn't look like it. No, okay.
No. Yep.
Nadine, thank you for hosting. Wonderful job.
Of course.
As
Thank you so much
always.
as well.
Philip, appreciate your contribution from you and your wonderful support group that you have. All right, everybody.